head to the dollar store and grab a hula hoop and 9 bunches of faux patriotic flowers. I just did red, white, and blue here. And then I took my hula hoop outside and I spray painted the whole thing front and back with blue spray paint. I think my neighbors officially think I've lost my mind because when the weather's nice, I'm out like every weekend spray painting something. But then I just took my faux flowers and I cut the tags off. If anyone has a tip for making these easier to remove, I am all ears. I always really struggle with these because the sticky sides stick together and it's so close to the stem. I don't know. I'd love to hear if you have any tips. But then I just grabbed my floral cutters and I snipped the bottom 4 little sections off each stem. So maybe like 3 inches or so, just to make these a little easier to work with and get them to stick nicely and follow the curve of the hoop, because we're going to secure these to the hula hoop using zip ties. So I also buy my zip ties at Dollar Tree, and I worked in the sections of 2, so 2 stems at a time, and I worked in a blue, white, red pattern. So I did blue and white, secured them to the hula hoop with a zip tie, and then I used my scissors to just trim the zip tie. And then next was red and then blue again. So you'll see these are a little staggered. So the red is up further and the blue is down a little bit. So you want these kind of evenly spaced. Once again, secure the zip tie. And then trim off the excess plastic there. And you'll see there are 9 stems. So I got 3 red, 3 white, 3 blue. So just keep going down in that blue, white, red pattern until you get to the very end. And since it's an odd number, the final stem you'll just secure by itself. And then these flowers are messy, so I had to clean up. I used my little desktop vacuum, it's super handy. And then I just decided to make a giant bow to cover that final zip tie at the bottom of the hoop. So I started with this giant burlap ribbon and I made just a loop with it. I pinched it in the center and wrapped it a handful of times with twine and then just secured it simply with a double knot. So this is the base of my jumbo bow. Then I took the same burlap ribbon. This time I made a figure 8 and I left the tail ends on. But other than that, it's the same as the first little section. So once again, wrap the whole thing with twine a few times and secure with the double knot. So here we go. Like you want to like stagger the little loops on the bow. And then I added this blue and white check ribbon. I think I got this at Dollar Tree in the fall, although it's not really giving me fall vibes, but I bought it because I thought it was cute. So the same thing, I did first a figure 8, and then I did a second figure 8, and I pinched it in the center, fluffed out the loops, and trimmed off the tail ends. Then I wrapped it in the center with twine and tied it in a knot. I thought this was going to be my middle section, but I made these loops just a tad too small, so this ended up being the top layer of my bow. So then I went in and had to make the middle layer of my bow. And so for that, I just went into my craft stash. I had written on the spool 2023, so this was from Dollar Tree 2023. Use whatever ribbon you like. This is what I used. So I made a little figure 8, just like with the blue and white check one, but I made the loops just a little bigger and then tied it in the center. And then it's time to secure all of your layers together. And so I just kind of fluffed out the loops of the bows the way I liked. And then I secured the bow to the base of my hula hoop wreath with twine. So once again, just wrap it with twine a few times and secure it in the back with a double knot. And then I finished it off. I cut a blunt edge on the burlap so it wouldn't fray. And then for the other 4 pieces of ribbon, I did a kite tail. So you just fold it in half and then cut it at a 45-degree angle at the bottom. And then very carefully use a lighter to burn the ends so they don't fray. You only see a second of this because my camera battery died, so sorry. But that's it. Here's my finished hula hoop wreath. I hung it using little vinyl siding clips. I'll link to them. I got them on Amazon on my back patio. Hey, thanks for watching this craft video. If you have a minute, do you think you could maybe press the like or subscribe button and then watch this next craft on the screen now?